I got a couple of premium formats this weekend that I've wanted for a couple of years, if not a few years. This is the Sideshow R2d2 and C3PO premium format figures. These are, I guess, the version 2 of these. The first version came on a sand base and was a limited edition. And the exclusive for the first version was, I think they were clean droids, and they each came on a separate base, kind of a black base. I can't remember if it was a Bespin base or what it was, but the edition size was 200 on that. And I just couldn't bring myself to get them a few years ago when they came out. They are R2D2 is PVC and C3PO is mostly polystone with a number of PVC components, and I couldn't justify the price of them for what they were made out of. But and so I missed them, and I have to say I regret it, because my Star Wars collection just didn't really feel like much of a Star Wars collection without them, because I knew that they were out there and I didn't have them. So I could have got them a few years ago for $800 US, and it probably would have cost me, you know, 800-900 Canadian. But I waited, and boy did I end up paying a lot for these guys when you convert the amount to Canadian dollars now, because our dollar sucks. And anyway, so these have an edition size of 5,000. I think that they are on the Falcon Base. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. They are separate, unlike the sand base. These premium formats, you buy them separately and they each come in their own box. So I guess the benefit of that is that you can display them separately, but I don't know who would, really. I don't think very many people would. A few people might. But I do like the sand base better. Anyways, I'll do a little review of these guys. So here's C3PO with his face off, and the reason you take his face off is because there are batteries here, and the on-off switch is there, so you turn it on-off there, right there. So now his eyes are off. And those magnets, it's kind of blurry, which clip onto his head, so, and they are very strong magnets, so I'm gonna put his faceplate on. Like, this is kind of scary doing this, because I got lucky that time, so they grab on really well. So his head has some articulation, you know, it's actually got quite a bit, side to side. You can turn it, you can put it down. It's a little bit different for premium formats, but the new Darth Vader premium format also has articulation in the head. So his arms also articulate. His head and his arms are PVC, and his body is polystone. So his arms articulate, but you have to be really careful of these things here, because you could break them pretty easy if you're not careful or watching what you're doing. So there is movement here on both arms. It's a nice paint job. I like it quite a bit. The PVC parts, you can't tell the difference between the PVC and polystone. The paint is good, so I guess it doesn't bother me that there's PVC on this guy. He does come, if this is the Falcon Base, I'm not sure why he comes with a restraining bolt, but I'm glad he does. So there he is without it. I think it's supposed to fit over here, but it doesn't. It actually clips on there. So it's just magnetic there, and it clips on. So just have a look at this guy. Yeah. These bases, when you put them together with R2, they don't sit the way I'd like them to. Like, his base is so small compared to R2's, and there's kind of like, if you saw the beginning of my video, some empty space. I almost kind of wish that they lined up, like at the front. but the way the grill pattern goes, they don't. So here's a look at the back of them. Here, all the details. It's funny because I think my C3PO 1/6 figure has more detailing in there, more wires and stuff. So his legs don't articulate at all. And there he is from the side. If you can see him, maybe if I go from this side it'll be better. Yeah, from the side. Really nice paint. Some weathering on it. I'm not sure if this is cleaner than the first version that they did of these guys. If this is a little bit cleaner, he's still muckied up a bit. He's got the dent in the forehead there. Yeah, he looks really good. Really good. So yeah, when you see these, like, this is the first time that I saw these guys in person, was this weekend, and wow, it was impressive for sure. I didn't realize that they look so good, even though I've seen lots of pictures and stuff. So yeah, you have to see them in person to really appreciate them. So I'll just stand back, have a look at them, and I'll grab R2. Oh, here's R2, and he's definitely my favorite out of the two of these guys. He was a lot bigger than I thought he was going to be. When I saw him, I was actually surprised at how big he was. I mean, he's still, he's still small, but I guess because I own the 1/6 figure of him, I expected him to be smaller for some reason. But I was pretty impressed with the size, and the light up features just blow me away. Like this light here changes colors, changes to a few colors, and like it's not showing up on my phone as good as it looks in person. This looks really good. Variation, red, blue. These are great. There's all these little dots and details in here which you can't see on my phone. And on the back, lots of different colors going on with the lights. I wish you could see it on this phone. It's just fantastic when you see it in person. Like, I don't think me shutting off the light is going to really help much, but I'll try. I'll try here. You can see though on mine, let me just grab this light. You can see on mine that I've got some light leakage through mine, which, if I ran the lights all the time would drive me crazy. And if I didn't buy this locally, I wish I would have noticed this in the store, but I didn't. If I would have noticed it in the store, or I hadn't have bought it locally, I would return the head for a replacement, because it shouldn't be leaking light out like that. But when you have the lights off, you can't tell at all. And really, even though I love light features, I very rarely turn them on. Maybe if I'm showing somebody, that's about it. Because I don't know, I just don't want to burn out the lights, even though these things probably last forever. So anyway, take a look at this guy. He's got some nice weathering on him. I'd also say, like, I knew that he was PVC, but when I picked him up for the first time, he didn't feel as cheap as I thought he was going to feel. So that made me happy. He is plastic, he is light, but not as cheap as I thought. Like I said, I guess I'm used to the 1/6 scale. So the on-off button is right up there. It's kind of hard. It's difficult. You could probably use a pen or something, like, to turn that off. I can't even get it right now, I don't think. There, I got it. So there he is with the lights off. And he's not secure on the base at all, and he's got wheels, so be careful that he doesn't roll all over the place. Like, yeah. So he also has a restraining bolt here, and it clips on there. And he's just fantastic looking. I love him. He's so cute. R2 has always been my favorite, like, ever since I was a little kid. I think the movie came out when I was 8 years old. Yeah, and I've loved them ever since. So this is quite a treat for me to have them in this scale. So just have a look at some of the detail here. Really nice job. The weathering's nice on them. And there's the back of him here, and his middle leg here, it lifts up like into the body, so you can display him with just the 2 legs if you want, or the 3. So there's a look at the new versions of the R2d2 and C3PO premium format figures. Here's the box, your standard Star Wars box for this guy. Same with C3PO. There's no picture on the side. There is on the back. There he is. And the C3PO box just looks like that. And turn this around. There's the very nasty price tag, if it'll focus, that I had to pay. You see that? No, it won't focus because it's horrible. It's scared to focus. It's like $599.99 Canadian dollars for just C3PO. So anyway, there's a quick look. There's a quick look at these guys. Yeah, if you're a Star Wars fan, you will love them. They are expensive. I think, what is it? I don't know if C3PO is $3.99 US and R2d2 is something like $379.99 US, something around there. So almost $800 for the 2 of them. But they are very iconic Star Wars figures for sure. I am so happy that I finally have them as part of my collection. So I can recommend them based on the way they look. Still, R2D2, his light up features are really, really cool, and his head does turn a little bit, which I didn't mention. I still think though that he's pretty expensive for being PVC, but he was worth it to me. So yeah, I would get these guys if you're on the fence about it. Just get them. They're really nice. You will love them, I'm sure. So thanks for checking this out.